Hey, I'm Dylan Young. I'm 22 years old. I'm a student at South Georgia State College in Waycross, Georgia. I'm a computer science major, and I'm doing a public speech for Human Communication 1100. Today I decided to do my speech on live sound and music, and I'd like to start off with this question. Have you ever been to a concert or maybe a church service and thought to yourself the music was really loud, or either heard about people complaining about the music being loud, or maybe you thought it was great, but you did hear about other people complaining about it? Well, I would just like to inform you on some things today. I've had experience with running sound and with live sound for probably 6 years now, on and off, mostly at my church. So the thing is, before we make assumptions on how loud the music actually is, we need to first consider the decibels and compare them to stuff that happens every day in our lives, maybe at our jobs or just maybe at home while we're doing yard work, anything like that. So let's check out the subject and look at some points, and maybe we can come to an assumption of if it's too loud or if we're just not liking the music. So volume is expressed in sound pressure level, in units of pressure. It is logarithmic to best express the range and resolution of measurable audible pressure levels, and more resembles how the ear perceives the sound. Louder sounds are safe for shorter periods of time. For example, church services usually run around 85 to 90 decibels, with maybe peaking at 95 decibels. So I could compare some sounds that you may experience and give you some dB levels. The dB level that produces pain to our ears starts at 120 to 140 decibels. So here's some stuff that you can compare the dB levels to. A jet aircraft during takeoff at 20 meters is 130 decibels. A snowmobile or a tractor without a cab is 120 decibels. So if you compare 90 decibels, 95 decibels to, you say you're riding on a tractor, a farmer's doing some farm work at 120 decibels, and then that's almost twice as loud as the service or the music at church. Here's some more: rock concert, 100 dB. A chainsaw or pneumatic drill, 100 to 105 dB. Home lawnmowers are 95 to 100 dB, and semi-trailers at 20 meters is 90 dB. So to talk about some reasons it may seem loud, it could be improper setup of the sound equipment. They could have something hooked up wrong. They could have too much bass coming out of one speaker, too much highs coming out of one speaker. Another thing that could hinder it is the acoustics of the room. If you have a room that is empty and maybe wood floors or no cloth in it, then it's going to be exceptionally louder than a room with carpet and maybe cloth chairs, or even, for that matter, people in it. And some things that also make it seem loud are harsh frequencies in EQ. What EQ is, when you can boost the different frequencies of sound, different hertz of frequencies. So if you have a sound in your ear that's maybe boosting or cutting frequencies, that can also make harsh frequencies poke out, and it can make the sound seem a lot louder than it really is, even when it may measure at 90 to 95 decibels. To your ear, it could perceive as 100 decibels. To go over some regulations that OSHA states, it says that you can experience 105 dBs for up to 1 hour a day. Even though you probably don't want to do that, that's what OSHA's regulations are. And like I said, most church services, a rock concert's around 100 dB. Most church services run 88 to 90, maybe peaking at 95 dB. So if you compare that to these sounds that I've gave you from different, just measuring the dBs, then you'll see that it's not actually as loud as it is. And with today's professionals mixing at different concerts, you're probably just either one, not liking the music, it's not your style, or either there is maybe some harsh frequencies in the room or something like that. But in reality, we experience everyday activities, maybe in our workplace, that measure the same decibel rate as sound in church or sound at music or concerts.